Homeowners policies cover for dog bites. So, people might wonder, well, if a dog bites someone, how am I protected? If you own a home, or in some cases, renters insurance will carry a component that will pay for damages caused by a dog bite.
Right.
So that's your first go-to right there. Most homeowners policies are going to want to know if you have a dog, because you may pay a little extra for having that dog. Not much extra. I think a homeowner should have $500,000 in coverage to start, and possibly some umbrella coverage if they can afford it. You might be entitled to bring a claim for punitive damages based on the homeowner's. Let's say if the dog bit 2 other people in the past,
right,
and the homeowner knew that the dog bites people, and when the cable guy came over, he let the dog out to romp and roam, and in the course of romping and roaming, the dog bit the cable guy. The cable guy may be able to sue for punitive damages and collect it if he can successfully prove, A, that the homeowner knew of the dog's vicious propensities, and that the homeowner just recklessly disregarded it and allowed the dog out to attack him. Most people, like myself, have mortgages.
Right.
If you have a mortgage, that bank's not loaning you money unless you have a homeowner's policy.
Got it.
If you got a homeowner's policy, I've never come across a homeowner's policy that specifically excluded dog bites.
How do you set your clients' expectations?
Yeah, sure.
There's a lot of misinformation among clients. They come in and they may have wildly exaggerated notions of what the case is worth.
Sure. There's tangibles and there's intangibles, okay? Certain things you know what they're worth, for instance, like a wage loss claim. Let's say it's a postal worker. They get viciously attacked by a dog and it tears up their Achilles tendon or something, where they're unable to work for a period of time,
right,
and after workers' comp pays them whatever the wages would be, there's still a deficit, and let's say it's $20,000 because they missed a year of work. If it's such a bad attack that's going to require ongoing aftercare, you can hire a life care planner, and the life care planner can calculate for you how much it's going to take to care for the person. If my client's expectations are unrealistic, for instance, let's say you have a parent and their young daughter was attacked by a dog, just a puncture wound, and there was no nerve damage, no tissue damage, no muscle damage, just a puncture wound that heals uneventfully. And the client really doesn't have any psychological issues or anything like that, but let's say the parent thinks their daughter's case is worth $1 million. Right. And let's say you have a great offer of $100,000 on that case. At that point, as plaintiff's attorney, I would want to write letters to the parent and say, look, you have an offer of $100,000, explain to them exactly how much the child would net, exactly what the costs are and so forth. So you deduct the cost, you deduct your 25% attorney's fee. This is what the child would net. Little Jenny's only 8 years old. We can put this in a structured settlement where it's going to earn 3.5%, 4%. And by the time little Jenny turns 18, when she collects her money, she can get $125,000 from the 75, let's say.
Right.
You also want to be clear to the parent that, look, a jury could give a lot less than this. And while you as the parent understand that this is a horrible thing, the love of your life, the apple of your eye, has been viciously attacked by a dog, there's still nothing there.
Right.
And this is an excellent offer. And you as a lawyer, I believe, really have a duty to make your clients see things realistically. When you're dealing with a minor, the fee is reduced. It's no longer 1/3 of the first $500,000 recovery. In New Jersey, there's a lawyer fee set on the first $2 million of recovery. Normally, for an adult, it's 1/3, 33.33% of the first $500,000.
Right.
Drops down to 30% on the next, 25% on the next, and 20% on the next $500,000. New Jersey actually really looks out for the plaintiff and makes sure that lawyers who would gouge are not gouging.
Right.
But to answer your question, for a minor, it's 25% of the first $1.5 million, 20% of the final $500,000. Should you have that case that brings in $2 million.
Right.
Anything over $2 million, if a lawyer feels that he is entitled or she feels she's entitled to an additional fee, they must petition the court and show the court why they should be paid more. Preferably, what I typically like to do with parents is I like to counsel them to take money for a minor and put it into a structured settlement, which is going to, in today's day and age, is going to earn 3.5% to 4%. And you now have control as a parent. If you don't think that little Johnny, when he turns 18, is going to have the maturity to handle receiving $250,000, you can say, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to hold the money till Johnny's 21. We're going to give him a little taste of it, let him make his mistakes. Then we're going to hold it till he's 23. And you can structure, you can plan when little Johnny will receive the money. And the longer you hold it back, the longer it is in this so-called structure, the longer it will make money, and it makes money tax-free. So not only is the settlement itself tax-free, but all income earned as a result of the investments of being in the structure, that's tax-free too. Yeah, I oftentimes will do a college plan where, the ages when a kid typically is in college, 18 through 21, you're going to give them X amount of dollars. You might want to pay it bi-yearly, so give it twice a year. You might want to pay it, once in the beginning of the year. New Jersey is like the 32 other states that have done this, have largely made dog bites strict liability. If a dog bites you and you are lawfully on the property, you're going to make a recovery.